The Dads That Game radio podcast is brought to you by Video Games Monthly. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service that delivers retro video games to gamers who own classic gaming systems from the 1980s through 2000s. And the best part is, you keep the games. Check us out at videogamesmonthly.com.
Live from his wife's basement, still gaming into their elder years. This is the Dads That Game radio podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wolf and William Small.
Welcome to the Dads That Game in Ohio radio podcast. Yeah. William is in Ohio this week. Oh, hi. Yo. Get it? Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Funny. Welcome to the show. This is show 107 for those playing at home. Congratulations. You've won a prize. Probably not. Tired of prizes. Always giving them out. It's ridiculous. Corey, if you're listening, your prize is in the mail. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for listening. So, sorry. I totally forgot. But welcome to the show. Please make sure you check us out, noobsandpros.com. Make sure you click on the tab that says podcast, and you'll be able to find our show there. We're on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, everything that you can think of. We're probably on it. Probably. It happens. Also, make sure you check us out Thursday nights on the Podcast Radio Network. Please support them and use their apps, the Crikey app, Krykey, and the TuneIn app. On Crikey, you can tune into 102.6. On TuneIn, just type in the Podcast Radio Network, and you can find our show 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Also, thank you to our friends at Player One Coffee. Visit their website, playeronecoffee.com. Use code THEDADS. Actually, it's just Dads That Game. I always throw in the just for the fun. It's just Dads That Game for 5% off your first-time order. How's it going, my friend? You've been gone. It's Monday night. We did not record at our normal time Sundays because somebody's on vacation in the middle of Ohio. Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. Well, more like the west side of Ohio, like all the way, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just
and your reception is horrible there. Got it.
Of the country.
Yeah. Didn't hear a word you just said. Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get into the show as much as we can here. We'll see if Will chimes in or if he sounds like he's in the Matrix most of the time. We'll see. But obviously, let's talk about week in release. These are the games that you can get yourself between now, the 25th, because it's Monday, all the way through the 30th, which is Saturday. You can get yourself Super Kids Racing on PlayStation 4, which is as of today, kid game. You can get yourself Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana on Nintendo Switch on the 26th, starting tomorrow. Lumen's Puzzle Fusion on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Nier Automata, finally coming over to Xbox One. Finally going to be on there. Dayblob on Nintendo Switch. That game's been out before, but it's coming over to Nintendo Switch. Cube Color on Nintendo Switch. I have no idea what that game's about. It's been out before on PC and Xbox One and PS4, but coming over on the Switch. I'm really getting tired of the repetition of games just coming over on the Switch. I want some new games on the Switch. That's all I'm saying.
New games on the Switch. Yeah.
But also, big game, The Crew 2, coming out on PS4 on the 26th as well. Get excited for that one. Auto Mine on PS4. Dimension Drive on PS4, the Far Cry 3 remake coming over PS4. If you own Far Cry 5, you actually got that game for free, so coming over on the 26th. I think you can actually play it right now if you own Far Cry 5 if you had the Collector's Edition, but apparently you can get Far Cry 3. I don't know if it's remastered, I just know it's coming out. Also, you can get yourself Grave Danger on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. The Journey Down Chapter 2 on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. The King of Fighters collection, the Orochai Saga. I suck at Japanese name, man. I'm sorry. Rainbow Skies on PS4. Realms of Arcania Volume 2. Star Trail on PS4. Slime Sand on PS4. That's it for the 26th. 27th, you can get yourself Angels of Death. Yeah! I'm an Angel of Death. You don't even know. It looks very anime. Figment. That's it for the 27th. And then on the 28th, you can get yourself Figment. Paranautical Activity. What the frick? Paranautical? That's not even clever.
You know, like ocean?
Yeah, I don't even know. That's
Ghosts on the ocean?
Apparently that's what it looks like. It looks like a mixture of like Minecraft meets ocean. Interesting. You can also get yourself Bomb Chicken. I'm going to let your imagination go wild with that one. Check it out. Fossil Hunters on Nintendo Switch. MotoGP 18 on Nintendo Switch. Dream Alone on Nintendo Switch. Limbo coming over to Nintendo Switch. Fantastic game. Inside on the Nintendo Switch. That was the follow-up to Limbo. If you haven't played that one as of yet, pretty amazing game. Fighting X Layer on PS4. Next Up Hero on PS4. Le Tour de France. 2018. That was a horrible joke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, French people and the Tour de France fans. I'm sorry. No Heroes here on Nintendo Switch. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, finally coming over to Nintendo Switch. Yay!
Wow.
I don't know how I feel about that
That's
one.
actually happening.
Yeah, I'm never gonna play it. Obviously, on the I don't know. If anything tells you about AAA games coming over to Nintendo Switch, I'm kind of fearful because I played Doom on Switch and it was total letdown for me. So I don't know. I guess I'll give it a shot. Esper on that's it for the that was it for the 28th, and actually the 29th, which is Friday. So a ton of games coming out Thursday, and then Friday you have Wolfenstein 2. I'm sorry, Esper on PS4, Eventide 3, Legacy of Legends on PS4, Ikaruga on PS4, Spirit Sphere, and actually I'm sorry, that's it. That is it. Not that you need any more freaking games. If you need any more freaking games, freak you. That's all I got to say. So, I'm sorry. Right. I'm in a mood today. So, I'm gonna put on a happy face, though, and we're going to do this show, dang it. All right. No, main topic we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about games that didn't appear at E3. I'm sure that Will would love to chime in on that because one of his games did not appear at E3, even though it should have been.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. We'll get into it pretty in detail here. But obviously, I wanted to start off with Game of the Week. This game is not a new game by any means, but it is a fun game now that it's on console. And I really had to take a step back because I've been playing this on PC with my friends, but I've also been playing this on PS4 with Brian, obviously from Noobs and Pros. It's a lot more fun on PS4 than it is on PC. I feel like the PC version is still very broken. On PS4, they've totally remapped it and they've made it into a very fast-paced action game. A lot different than the two versions, which you didn't think would be the thing, but it is. But it actually
looks cool. I watched you guys play it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun too. But I'm talking about H1Z1, which obviously, like I said, is not a new game, but it is newer on the console. And the big differences I noticed about the console versus PC version is the PC version is still very, very PUBG-ish. And what I mean by that is it's very you have to loot to find guns and obviously survive. Obviously, there's airdrops, and then there's the map encloses in on you. And I think the graphics are a lot better than PUBG. But I noticed on the PlayStation 4 version, what happens is there's only 3 main weapons that you can loot, and then everything else is found in the crates. And they do these airdrop crates, but they drop 6 or 7 at a time. So it makes it very, very competitive to get to the crates, and it gets it a lot quicker to the end, the middle circle, the end game. So very, very fast paced, it's a lot quicker than the PC version. PC version, you could probably play for, I would say a good, 30, 45 minutes, sometimes, just one round. I would say the PlayStation 4 version, I honestly think our longest game is maybe about 15 minutes, just because how quick it goes.
Yeah.
So I think they probably did that on purpose, but I'm not hating it. I really, really, really like the PlayStation 4 version a lot better than I like the PC version. So
it's just such a huge difference from normal, what you would normally say for that kind of game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it just, like I said, I mean, I don't hate the PC version whatsoever. I think the PC version's just, fantastic. But like I said, I don't see as much support for that one as they did for the PlayStation 4 version. So, and like I said, with the PlayStation 4 version, it's like they totally rehauled the maps and they totally made it a lot quicker. Because I like I said, with even with the drop boxes, well, the airdrops that they do. Like I said, they dropped like 6 at a time on the PlayStation 4 version, and it's like 1 or 2 in the PC version still. So it's very, still like PUBG pretty much if you're a fan of that genre. And there's another Battle Royale game that we're going to talk about in the news today too. I thought was very interesting, and it actually looks pretty amazing. It's a $30 Battle Royale game, but I thought it was worth a minute of our time today. So we're going to talk about it. But yeah, I don't hate it at all. I think it's fantastic on PlayStation 4. Like I said, it's really fast paced and it's a lot of fun. So if you have a PS4, it's a free game. So you can't really go wrong. So that is my game of the week. I don't know. Right. You want to throw in a hat of any games you've been playing lately?
Hollow Knight. Absolutely. If everybody can hear me and I'm not coming through the Matrix, Hollow Knight has got to be my new favorite Metroidvania game.
Yeah.
I never played it when it was on anything else. I got it on the Switch when they said it was announced, and I can't put it down.
Fun.
Like, it's so much fun. The atmosphere, the sound, everything about the game is really, really cool.
Yeah, very cool. No, I've always loved the Hollow Knight series. I played it on I'm trying to remember PS4, and I do own it on the Switch. So yeah, a lot of fun.
It's pretty and it's just fun.
Yeah. So, but speaking of more video games, because I want to get into the news, because there are a lot of things I want to talk about today. I hope you guys, I mean, because I would say there's 2 times of the year that I can honestly think of that you really need to hide your wallet. Summer being one, and then obviously, around Christmas time, like around holidays would be another. The reason being is because this Steam summer sale is live right now, up until July 5th. Yeah, I tell you what, between like Toys R Us going bankrupt and, obviously they have like sales for like 60% off right now. And Toys R Us is only open for like, I think another like 5 days, like tops where I live. But all their toys were like 60% off. And that was insane. So I pretty much bought my daughter $250 worth of toys, and I spent like $80. So
nice.
That tells you how good of a deal is going on right now. But she's gonna have a fantastic birthday, is all I'm gonna say. So pretty much everything that she ever wanted, she's gonna get on her birthday because of these reasons.
Yep.
But the same thing with Steam sale. Like, I mean, they've had obviously Grand Theft Auto's on there. I saw The Surge was on there today. They had Dark Souls 3. Obviously 40-50% off. Some games obviously are for free. Just insane. Yep. So it's always just one of those times of the years where it's like you just really have to save money. So
yeah.
But no, I would say
I got the Forest through the Steam summer sale.
Did you?
And it's really good.
Yeah, no, I love it. I can pull up some of these deals that they're going on today. Hold on one second. Obviously, it doesn't mean anything right now. Obviously, every day it resets. But there are some deals that obviously stick around for a while. So let's check it out, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. But I mean, obviously, well, right now they have the South Park, the Fractured But Whole, 1979, 67% off. They have the Surge, 66% off. That is $13.59, which is insane for that game. Dark Souls 3, $14.99, 75% off. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Grand Theft Auto 5, 67% off.
So many good games.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a crazy time to buy games. Great third-party titles too. The Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, $8.99, 40% off. Broforce, $3.74, which is a fantastic game if you've never played it. PUBG, 33% off. Normally that game runs about $30. It's $19.99 right now. Game of the Year edition, Witcher 3, 60% off, $19.99. Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition, 50% off. So I mean, just fantastic game after fantastic game. Not really any. I don't think you can never go wrong with a good Steam sale. So if you're a PC gamer, now is the time to buy. So, yeah.
Get all.
Yeah, I would. That's why I said. I mean, sometimes I just feel like it's better just to bury your wallet, just because you would be tempted every single day.
You just keep buying things. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and the horrible thing is too is because everything is linked. Like I have obviously a wish list on my Steam account, and it sends you an email every single time that one of your games on your wish list is on sale. So daily, I'm getting multiple emails saying, "Hey, your one of your games on your wish list is on sale, so you might want to go check that out." So I'm on there. I've been on there every single day. You know what the funny thing is though is I have not bought anything as of yet because because I own it all.
Right.
So. Yeah. I'm, like I said, I have a problem. We've talked about this many times. I have a video game addiction problem. Seriously, I made fun of this. We're streaming now with Noobs and Pros. We have a live show. So make sure you check that out. It's usually Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I don't think we've hammered out the details as of yet, but we're going to start doing that weekly. It was funny because I brought this point up is that, they classified video game addiction as a mental disorder. And I was like, yes, because now I can get, disability checks for being a gamer. So I'm actually pretty stoked about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that because I have an addiction and I don't know how to beat it. Like, I don't know if there's a 12-step program. Like, you just disconnect from the world. Like, you go in the woods like Will is right now and just disconnect for a week. I don't know, man. I'm twitching right now just because I'm not playing something. So I'm actually, that's not true. I'm actually playing a game on my phone as I'm talking. Kidding. That's how bad it is sometimes. I don't know. No, I don't think I have an addiction. Like I would say back in the day, like when I played MMOs, like I would say that I probably had the addiction. My biggest thing is like I get bored super easy. And like I said, like some games will catch my point for, they'll capture my attention for at least a week or two. But then after that, it's like I'm just on to the next big thing, And I think in today's society where we're so tuned in and so connected and so like everything is just always at our fingertips, it's hard being a gamer. It really is. Because like back in the day, like I can remember, being a kid, you really didn't hear about video games except for like, there'd be the occasional commercial for the, the actual system itself, but they didn't promote games.
Not at all.
Like they do nowadays. They really didn't.
You would read like Nintendo Power magazine or you just go to the store and look at the whichever one had the coolest box art, you would go buy that.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, because I remember the 80s back when Atari was huge, when, before 85, the blowout for that, when Nintendo came around in 88, 89, and then Sega came out in the 90s. Like I said, I mean, the only thing you remember about the commercials were, basically the systems themselves. Like they sold the systems and they said, look at all these great games that this system can play. It's not like today where it's like they have, convention after convention after convention and it's just video games. It's not, the word developer meant nothing back in the 80s, and now it's like today these people are rock stars. It's like, oh my God, what's this developer doing, or what's this developer said, and we're hanging on every word, and we're reading tons and tons of articles about like what they're doing or where the development of this game is, and I felt obviously, like I said, I think it's just the world we live in now where just everything is so more connected than what it used to be. It's kind of funny. Like they always say like we're more connected, but really we're just more isolated. So,
connected internet wise and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, the face-to-face contact has dropped significantly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I still have, I have probably some of the best friends I've ever had in my life. I mean, we met back in high school. My buddy Richie, my buddy Ray, and my buddy Aaron. I mean, it's like we're still friends to today, and we're, going through the whole family thing together right now. which is awesome. It's great to have a group of connections like that. But I mean, there's so many people out there that they can't say the same thing. Like they have best friends, or they have more than just one friend that they've relied on. I mean, they talk about, like, a lot of people talk about, like, well, we met online and we're friends. I mean, case in point, me and Will here, we met online. We met in Destiny.
Yep.
We became friends. We're still friends to this day. But it's like, I have never met you in person.
Yeah.
So
not once.
ever, not once.
We almost did, but then it didn't happen.
Right, exactly. Right, yeah, my brother, my stupid brother. Yep. But I just think it's interesting just to be in a society like that, and then to have people tell you that you have a mental disorder, which I could totally see being accurate, but I think it's because that's the society we live in. Like, I don't know if you can call it a mental disorder if that's the way that society has shifted. So yeah. I guess that's my only argument with it, is to why call something a disorder because you think it's weird when honestly that's just the normal, like, nowadays. But once again, obviously that's just my opinion, and obviously that's probably just an addict trying to justify his addiction.
Right.
I'm just saying. Like, no, I'm just scratching my face right now. Like, I don't have a problem. No, I can quit anytime I want. No,
has the problem.
No, No, everybody, no, I'm fine. Yeah, no, I can't go outside right now. I'm sorry. I got stuff to do. Stuff's going on. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how I feel. I mean, but like I said, it's just my stupid opinion, but take it or leave it, whatever. But going on with the obviously show here, there was an interesting article in the news this week. This game, I still don't understand it, but they finally broke the synopsis of this game. And I'm talking about, obviously, Death Stranding here. And for anybody that's seen the 19,000 trailers that have been out, every time I see one, E3, case in point, I'm just more confused.
Just more and more confusing.
More and more confused. Time. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But the company finally came out and they gave a synopsis of the story. And basically they stated this. They said, besieged by death's tide at every turn, Sam Bridges, obviously a.k.a. Norman Reedus, must brave a world utterly transformed by the Death Stranding. The Death Stranding. So I have no idea what that means. Carrying the stranded remnants of the future in his hands, Sam embarks on a journey to reunite the shattered world one step at a time. What is the mystery of Death Stranding? I would like to know. Who knows? Yeah, I have no idea. What will Sam discover on the road ahead? God knows if I know.
We don't know.
Yeah, and then it says a genre-defying gameplay experience holds these answers and more. Great. Fantastic. I'm still confused. That's like the Riddler answering.
I'm actually even more confused after they've said that.
Right. That's basically like they hired the Riddler to write that synopsis for them. Like, that's how I feel. Like, seriously. Like I said, I'm excited to hear that obviously Kojima is doing this game. I'm excited to hear that obviously he has his own studio and that things are going, swimmingly for him, and that, obviously, Konami's out of the picture and Sony's, backing him 100%. It's healthy for the both of them. Probably not Konami, but there's stories we can tell about that one too. I just don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of at the point to where I'm sick of it. And I don't want to knock the game because I think the game looks beautiful and I think it's going to be an amazing game. I think it's going to be a 10-star game.
I'm sure it'll be amazing when it actually happens. It'll be cool.
But but I
don't want to hear any more about it until
it actually happens. Out. Yeah, if I see one more trailer without a release date, I'm at the point where it's like I'm really set off by this because it's like they keep teasing and teasing and teasing and teasing. And I mean, I know it's exciting, but enough is enough. Like, seriously, at what point do we say, I really just don't care anymore? Because it's like, I really don't need to see 15 minutes more of footage of a game that's just going to keep, getting me confused. Now, and obviously in, Kojima's defense, you're talking about the man who, wrote Metal Gear Solid. Freaking confusing as heck. But eventually it had a story. There was a story you can follow from point A to point B, this it feels very fragmented to me. Like it just feels like super like you get a sliver here, you get a sliver here, here's our game. That's just kind of how I feel right now. And I know I'm not the only one. I've heard many people give this opinion of basically stating like, I don't want to see anymore. Like I'm excited that the game's being made, but I just don't want to see, any more of this, 15 minutes gameplay here, or let's watch a new trailer, or let's just be more confused. Right. So, like I said, more power to them that it's being made, but maybe pump the brakes a little bit. That's all I'm saying. So obviously the underwhelming theme, overwhelming. I don't think anybody's overwhelmed by a theme sometimes. Of E3 was just things that did not make sense sometimes. And that leads me into my next story, which was Bethesda. Apparently they had a method to their madness of announcing, that Elder Scrolls 6 was in development at E3. Obviously, the game is still very early on in development. I would even dare to say may still be in concept stages. Yeah. To where they're just throwing ideas out at this point in time. That would not surprise me. But obviously, there's really little to show. Pete Hines came out and basically he announced that, we're working on next gen system stuff. But he finally gave a backing for what he meant by that and the reason why they came out so early and announced it. And he said one of the reasons, I'm trying to read here. I'm sorry. It's the article is kind of poorly written and it's hard to understand. Because he was talking about obviously Starfield and he was talking about Bethesda. I guess one of his reasons is that the development projects, he just wanted to let everybody know that the projects had progressed. So he's basically saying like at this point in time, it's okay to peek behind the curtain to know that those are being worked on. And I think with obviously Elder Scrolls 6, which is one of the the highest demand games out there right now, everybody's been asking about that. Where's Elder Scrolls 6? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Same thing with Starfield too, because Starfield was supposed to be this big obviously new title that they've been working on, and no one's heard anything and no one's seen anything. And I think that's what he said was one of his reasons is he wanted to let people know we're working on it. He said the other reason it turns out was actually because of Fallout 76. He said the Fallout series has been built around single-player games, while Fallout 76 is basically exclusively multiplayer. He said except for obviously, games like Elder Scrolls Online, mainline Elder Scrolls games have always been single-player. But he wanted to show the series wasn't abandoning its core. And that's why he said, we're making Elder Scrolls 6, because actually I even said that too when we were doing our E3 coverage of it would not surprise me if they never made another Elder Scrolls game because of Elder Scrolls Online.
Right, they can just keep adding content to it.
Right, and I honestly thought it would have been like what Blizzard did to Warcraft. Because obviously Warcraft started off as, an RPG game. Real-time strategy game. And then they moved it over to the MMO market. It's been in the MMO market for the last
ever since,
20 going on 20 years now. And there's no obviously BlizzCon this year hopefully will blow my mind, but there's just no sight of them ever bringing Warcraft back into the RTS genre. And that's kind of how I felt about, Elder Scrolls, where I said it wouldn't surprise me if they did that, because it's like, wow, we can just add stuff into the MMO world, like you said, over and over and just do patch after patch after patch. But, I was glad to hear that the explanation that Pete Hines said, no, we're actually still making single player games. Which is really refreshing, to be honest with you, because all the other companies out there, EA and, obviously Ubisoft sometimes were like single player games are dead. Actually, I brought that point up too, because we actually, I don't know if you guys saw it, but check out Noobs and Pros Facebook page, because actually our streams are up there right now. But the question was asked is, do you think single player games are dead? And I said, absolutely not.
No.
I don't think they're dead at all, but I do think that companies will take the easy way out when they get the chance to. Because Brian actually asked the question. He said, "Do you think that all games are just going to this player, this battle royale movement?" And I said, "Yeah, I do see companies going that way because it is an easy buck, and you don't have to put as much effort into the battle royale, genre. Obviously, you make a map, you make your players, you make it multiplayer." And you throw out updates from, time to time, and you throw in cosmetics and, watch the cash flow in because it happens every time. But I also made the point too, is that with single player games, I don't think they're dead. I just think that, obviously I know they take a lot more money. They take a lot more time. But if they're done well, they're still some of the most amazing games that you'll ever play in your life. I mean, for God's sakes, obviously Will agree with me, Witcher 3, God of War, these just amazing single-player games. I mean, still not dead. I mean, even, obviously Rockstar even made the point, too, with, them making Red Dead Redemption 2. No, you need to put in the time to make them. But honestly, it kind of scares me to see companies kind of think that way because when you're talking about EA and when you talk about Ubisoft, they really don't have your best intentions in mind. And that's been proven many, many times, like over and over and over and over again. It kind of scares me to see those companies kind of like thinking like we never may have to make a single player game again. And that really scares me for any games that are tied into those companies.
To their company, yeah.
And I mean, Activision is getting on that borderline too. Obviously, I won't bring up Destiny this episode, but case in point. So, I don't know. I mean, I know you feel the same way, but I don't know. It just kind of scares me sometimes. It just kind of makes me feel like, where's the creativity or where's the gumption to make something beautiful or something brand new or something, we've never seen before. Instead, we're just going to get recycled garbage.
I say where it is. It's on the cutting room floor. They have the ideas and they pitch them.
Yeah.
And then the companies that own them, like EA, say, no, that's not what people want.
Right.
But it's a good idea. But what we'll do is we'll cut out all that stuff. And instead, we'll just add it as a multiplayer component.
Right.
And we'll just be able to, make all these small little bite-sized bits of it and sell each one as an additional fee.
Yeah. And I said, I don't know, like, I was really, really proud of the gaming community when we said no to Battlefront 2. And it forced them to change the way that they did that game. It's forced them to rethink of the loot box system because people weren't putting up with their crap. I kind of feel like, look, I'm not against any Battle Royale game or anything like that. I think they're fun. The multiplayer's fun. It's good old-fashioned racism at its finest, and you know what I mean if you've ever been in some of those open chat rooms. Dear God, I've never heard some of the words being thrown out in my life until I get in there, and you're just like, wow, like okay, alrighty. And trust me, I don't obviously condone racism at any point in time or any point in way.
Not even a little bit.
Right, not even a little bit. I'm totally against it. Obviously, you're talking to a man that is part Jewish, so my people have been through enough. But it just it just makes me laugh sometimes, just because it's like, I just feel like these companies, like it's the theory of like these coked out executives that just think that they know what everybody wants. And I've made fun of them over and over and over and over again, but it's like at some point in time, like I think that the other shoe is going to drop. Like honestly, I don't think these companies are going to turn profits anymore, and I don't think these companies are honestly going to be in the future. Like if they keep the pattern of recycling garbage, I don't think they're going to be around anymore. So
people will step up enough and say enough is enough and just stop buying their product.
Right. And I mean, like I said, obviously that starts with us as consumers, which, to drop the counterpoint of it's going to keep getting made as long as people, buy it. It's going to keep getting made as long as people watch it. So, we really don't have anybody else but ourselves to blame. But I beg you, honestly, just use your brain for once and honestly, just don't put up with people's garbage. Don't let them shove garbage down our throats. Make them be, ingenuitive and thought, provoking and work hard on their product to earn your money. That's all I say. And like I said, there are some really, really great battle royale games out there, but it's like every game can't be a battle royale game. So we need
creativity for creativity's sake, not for the money.
Right. We need variety. So I guess that's my point. So, but also talking about games that we saw at E3, this doesn't surprise me. I mean, it kind of does, but it doesn't. But basically, it looks though that Reagent Games is no longer involved in the development of Crackdown 3. That's interesting. Very interesting. So as the studio has seemed to go entirely quiet after the news of the creator of the franchise, Dave Jones, is not on the project anymore. This was a report from Polygon. Attempts to reach out to Reagent Games have gone unanswered, prompting concern over the current state of the studio. The company's Twitter page has been silent since 2017, and its official website can no longer be accessed. Wonderful. Founder of Reagent Games, Dave Jones, left the studio at the beginning of 2018 to join Epic Games as director of cloud strategy after his other company, Cloud Engine, was acquired. Head of Microsoft Studios, Matt Booty, confirmed to Polygon that the company cut its partnership with Jones and Reagent Games, explaining that they're only working with Sumo Digital on Crackdown 3 now. Booty couldn't confirm or deny Cloud Engine's status of involvement on Crackdown 3, as Cloud Engine technology was used as a big selling port of the game's multiplayer features. He did, however, confirm the online multiplayer remains in development. Cloud Engine is still working on Crackdown 3, with the company still listing the game in its website. When asked what Jones' departure meant for Cloud Engine, but he told Polygon he didn't want to get into that actual technical breakdown. Epic's game PR team reportedly denied requests for an interview with Jones, contacted about Cloud Engine's acquisition earlier this year, and Jones has yet to say anything publicly about the silence over Reagent Games. Is that why the game looked like crap? Because Reagent's not doing this?
I mean, how much longer are we going to wait before they say that it's canceled?
I'm going to give this, honestly, I think I'm going to give this about, I'm going to give it another 90 days before they just go out and just announce that it's gone. Because when was this supposed to be out originally? Let me try.
Last year.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find it. Crackdown 3.
I thought it was supposed to be, again, it was supposed to come out when Xbox One X came out. It was supposed to be a launch title for that, and it didn't happen.
Well, at this point in time, it's scheduled for February of 2019. Wow.
Yeah.
Not even this year.
I don't think it's coming out.
Wow.
At all. I don't. I think that game is getting canceled.
Well, here's the problem that you're going to run into, and I'll just be honest with you. This game is going to get eaten alive, because I can tell you right now 3 games that are coming out right around that time frame, and nobody's going to give a crap about this game for the way it looks right now. But Red Dead Redemption 2 obviously comes out October 26th. Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out January 25th of 2019, and then Days Gone, February 22nd of 2019. You have no date whatsoever. You just say February of 2019. So there's not even a date.
The Metro Exodus also comes out on the 22nd of February.
Right.
I thought Anthem came out on the 22nd of February.
So this game is just gonna if it
there's
doesn't blow you
so
away,
many.
it's gonna get eaten alive by the other catalog of games.
We already know it's not going to blow anybody away. It looks horrible.
Like I said, I was really hoping for this game to be great, because I mean the Crackdown games are really, really fun. I mean, they're kind of like Saints Row. I mean, just over the top ridiculousness of stuff you can go around, blow up, and I mean Crackdown just takes it to a new level, because I mean everything's just destructible. I
think the game would have been cool 3 years ago.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was saying when we did, obviously our E3 coverage, is that when we saw it, I was like, this game probably would have been cool 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But I was like, to push this game into 2019, unless this new Sumo Digital is rehauling the game, making it prettier, making it 3D rendered, on whatever Crytek engine or something like that, or one of the higher end engines. I really
Just something.
Something. Yeah, I honestly think in this situation, I'm gonna give it 90 days. Like honestly.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give it 90, and if they don't, obviously, I would say by, well, we got July, August, September. Yeah, I would say by September, if there's no release date, I think that one's gonna be DOA. Like honestly.
Yep.
Like I think that one's gonna go the way of what was it? Well, there's so many games I can think of that just get lost. What was the zombie?
Scalebound?
No, Scalebound
no.
honestly got canceled. What was the zombie one? Like what was it? Dead Rising? No, not Dead Rising. I don't remember. So, it was by Silver something. I don't remember. Sorry. So
The other, the Dead Island game?
Dead Island, yes, Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
Like honestly, the studio went under and the game just got lost. So I don't know. Like I don't know what they're going to be able to do or how they're going to revise it. I honestly think, and I know obviously Microsoft is trying. You know, they proved that at E3 this year is that we realized that we got to focus more on video games. So hopefully, I mean, they can put some more backing to it, or they can help them develop it the way it needs to be developed. But it just doesn't sound good for that game. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still worried about Microsoft. Like Microsoft showed a lot of potential, showed a lot of effort, obviously this year at E3, but they did acquire obviously 5 new studios. They did, get their hands on a lot more exclusives. Like I said, I thought they killed it this year at E3. I would give them best conference overall. So,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
But I'm still worried. Like until I see, words into movement or words into action, it's just words, at that point. Like I know you want to do this, but until you do this, you're still in last place. Yeah.
Yeah, the acquisition of all those companies is great, but until we see games that are pushing you buying that console,
right,
it's still just words.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I would still find them in last place. In the if there was going to be a first, second, third place, obviously, PlayStation, Nintendo, and then Xbox, unfortunately.
Right.
And I love Xbox. I think they have a great system. But the thing is that you're not doing anything with it.
There's nothing for the system itself.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Obviously, I like I said, I felt like they pushed a lot more potential. I've talked with representatives at Microsoft, and they've told me that gaming is now one of their core principles, which is fantastic. Like I said, I don't hate them. I think they're a fantastic company. But the thing is like I said, this is the time that you need to prove that you're a company behind your words. So we'll see what happens within the year, though, because like I said, I honestly think it's too little, too late. But that's just my opinion. But we'll find out. Like I said, I'm going to give them a year. We'll figure it out. But honestly, I don't really have much hope for Crackdown 3 at this point.
No, not at all.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously Kingdom Hearts 3, that was a game that I never thought would see the light of day. But, now that I'm seeing it, the thing looks amazing. It
does look really nice. Yeah.
It just looks like, this was worth waiting for. Like, this was worth the wait. The gameplay just looks, intense, and, the combat system looks absolutely beautiful. But when I saw Crackdown 3, at the trailer, I was like, this looks like it should have been out 3 years ago with the graphics. Yeah. It's like, that's not really promising. That was like when they, what was it, 2 years ago when they did Scalebound, and everybody's like,
right.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah. And then it later got canceled. So I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen. Maybe Terry Crews will come out and he won't let it happen. We'll see. He's apparently in that game.
Right.
So we'll see. But moving on, I thought this story was interesting. Well, we got a couple more stories here, and then we'll go over our main topic today for the last part of our show. But hey, Will, you remember that video game that they made? It also was in conjunction with the TV show on Sci-Fi. Little game called Defiance.
I played the hell out of that game.
I did too. I really liked it.
Yeah.
And then it just got weird.
Yeah.
Because they totally dropped support for it. Well, apparently it's not dead, which I thought was interesting. Obviously
once the show is.
Yeah, well, obviously it never did. The show was horrible. But it was interesting how they did this game, because obviously once upon a time ago, Defiance was actually, it was a TV show and a PS3 game. Obviously the show got canceled. but Tryon Worlds was behind it. It was kind of it was a cool concept because it was something that was never done with a video game to be in conjunction with the TV show.
With the TV show, yeah.
Right, because they basically promoted it as, if you tuned into the TV show, there were certain clues or certain things that would happen in the game that would be, in conjunction with that. Like on the TV show, they're like, oh, we have to go to the battle of this. And like in the game, like you would be in the battle. So things like that. I mean, they really, really tried hard to, cross-platform, TV into video games like every week. I didn't know how they were going to do it, honestly, but they did. But yeah,
it
like
was fun.
The game was fun. Yeah, I'll give you the game. Obviously, the TV show was just garbage. So they're like, yeah, you guys like sci-fi? Here you go. That was pretty much how I felt. But apparently, the game is back as they've rebranded it. I don't know if it's free. I think it is actually free, but it's rebranded as Defiance 2050, and it's coming over to PS4, PC, and Xbox One. The game's launching actually for real next month, but starting June 25th, which actually is today at 10 a.m. today, Pacific Standard Time. So actually that would be noon my time, and that was 1 o'clock your time on the East Coast there. But as of today, you can download the beta and jump back in and try it out. The beta is actually going to be running. Well, it says until. Well, it says. Oh, I guess today's the last day. Actually, I'm sorry. So until June 25th. So if you're listening, which I doubt anybody is at this point, what I mean by that, not that nobody listens to our show, just we're recording very, very late on a Monday night.
Yeah.
You missed the beta, kids. I don't even know why I brought that up. I'm sorry. So if you're listening if you're listening tomorrow or listening to us on Thursday nights, forget it. But just know that Defiance 2050 is coming back. I may have to check that one out. I don't know. I really liked the Defiance game. I thought it was a really cool MMO. It was one of the first MMOs I can think of that was actually on the console. So
yeah, it was fun with the driving mechanic, and then like you drive to the different locations. Yeah. And then you jump out, and all the different guns and the giant enemies that you had to fight were like huge but cool.
Yeah. And it was very interesting. It was very sci-fi. I mean, it was set in the future. It's very I'm trying to think. I mean, there was different, obviously, races and different, obviously, I mean, it was a gun-based game. I mean, honestly, it was like an it was like a shared world shooter almost, kind of. I mean, it was like Destiny before Destiny, but I didn't hate it. I really actually enjoyed that game. So
I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, so apparently the game's coming out for real next month. So in July, stay tuned because I'm guessing we'll probably be announcing that one. I don't know what the price point is on that one. I'm sure we could probably check. Hold on. 2050. Yeah, it's open right now. Tryon Worlds. They have a founders pack. I don't know. Yeah, there's no price. So either that one's going to be a free one, and you can just basically purchase packages for it. So that might not be a bad idea. So I mean, you can play for free right now. Yeah, it's out there. So there you go. Fantastic. Go to tryonworlds.com and you can check it out. So there you go. Fantastic. But the last story I want to talk about before we get into our main topic today is I want to talk. I know, obviously, I had a rant about battle royale games. Like I said, I don't hate battle royale games. I just don't think that they should focus 90% of resources on battle royale games. I think they should spread it out. But there's a new one being developed by Human Studios, and it's called Islands of Nyne, Nyne. It's being released on PC via early access on Steam, starting July 12th, priced at $29.99. But it's very interesting the way they did it. It's basically you're in a dome, so you drop into a massive alien-built arena and begin the frantic search for weapons and gear, all while you're trying to stay step ahead of advancing a plasma field. So I'm guessing that's the new, circle of death. closing in on you and obviously making you move to that point, or the sights of other contenders. So obviously battle royale game. Use your newly found gear to hunt down other players, inevitably face them during the final stages of the match. The 9 will only accept one victor. Do you have what it takes? I don't know. I'll find out. It has rewarding combat, designed by competitive gamers for competitive gamers, which is interesting. Islands of 9 offers a balanced and exploit-free battle royale experience, with its core focus on skill-driven progression and first-person only gameplay. Team up or go solo. Play solo, team up with a friend in duos, or queue up as a 4-player squad. The choice is yours. Need to warm up? Spend your queue time mowing down other players in gun game, or practice your recoil control offline in your very own shooting range. An arena unlike any other, built by a technologically superior alien race. Each arena is engineered to provide a unique and obstacle-ridden battlefield for players, designed to reward strategic thinking and tactical decision-making. No, I did not practice that. So, that actually looks pretty interesting. I would be actually, if you have not seen gameplay footage of it as of yet, go check it out. Just obviously type in the Islands of 9, and like I said, it's NYNE. But it actually looks pretty fantastic. It's a first person. Yeah, it's like a first person shooter, battle royale game. But it looks really, really good. I'm actually pretty impressed for what I saw so far. It's interesting to see that's in early access though. So not gonna hate that. Not that gonna obviously hate that aspect, because like obviously PUBG started off the same way. A lot of these battle royale games started off the same way. They went early access. You buy them now, you beta test them, you let them, update their servers, you let them, rework the game, you give your feedback on the game, and then, obviously final product finally comes out, probably years down the road, depending on where they're at, but I'm not going to hate it. So it looks interesting. Might be worth a check out. And then main topic I wanted to get into today, games that were not at E3. And a couple of these, well, I know we're going to get, obviously, I'll let you get into Metroid. I'll let you just rant on Metroid all for the rest of the show. But a couple of these I did not realize that I totally forgot about them. There's a couple I had no idea, but there was a couple that I was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. I was like, those games were promised in 2018 and there was no word whatsoever of them. I'm like, where the heck were these? A couple of games I totally forgot about those. Wild, the game Wild by Michael Ansel, formerly of Ubisoft. No word of that one. Yeah, no word of that one. Rockstar, I did not realize I heard rumors of this one, but no word of this one. But Agent by Rockstar, no word of that one. Obviously, I was really actually happy that they didn't include this one, and obviously we heard reasons because they're basically remaking the whole dang game, and it's probably not coming out until, oh God, what did they say? 2023, roughly. But Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, the game that's never coming out.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's going to be on the 30th anniversary.
35th anniversary, actually. If it makes
35th, yes,
makes you feel makes you feel even more old, because God, 2023. Whew, that's a long ways away, man. That's a good 5 years. But and I heard basically they're not making the remake anymore. It's like basically they're making a new Final Fantasy VII game. So like a totally reimagined Final Fantasy VII. So I guess like Prey, but not like Prey. You still play as Cloud and all the other characters, just everything is different. Interesting. Yeah. But the other games that I really had to take a step back for, no word of Biomutant, and then no word of Darksiders 3 at all.
But they said that they weren't going to be there, remember?
No, I do not. So
remember they said they were going to be watching the World Cup and drinking?
Oh, okay.
So they wouldn't be at E3?
Okay. Seems like probably a good place to bypass that, I guess.
They said that they'd have more. They said they'd have more information soon, but that they were going to be, instead of at E3, they were going to be watching the World Cup and getting drunk.
Getting wasted. Got it. Yeah. Okay, great. But aren't those games?
But they weren't there at all.
Well, I know, but like, aren't those games like near completion? Like, don't you think there should be like, don't you think there should have been something or something soon indicating like, hey, this is when this is coming out?
Because Biomutant looks so cool.
Biomutant looks amazing.
The newest trailer that you could see gameplay footage where they had added on all the new stuff, it's starting to look really cool. Like the original one made me go, kinda.
Yeah.
But the new one made me go, oh wait, no, this game does look really cool.
Sure.
So
and I was hoping to see something from Darksiders 3 as well, but obviously,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
But then obviously, like I said, I'll let you rant on this one, but. And Reggie said that Reggie Fils-Aimé, obviously from Nintendo, North American president, he said it would be unfair to show this game at E3. But no Metroid Prime or Metroid game whatsoever. Metroid Prime 4 or Metroid Renegade nothing. Or whatever they were going to call it. Nothing whatsoever. Okay. Like, and don't get me wrong, I thought Nintendo had a great conference. I don't think they had the best conference. They had a good conference. And then obviously rumor is next year they're going to be doing the live conferences next year. So they're bringing those back instead of just doing these tree houses. I don't know. Like I said, I was really hoping for more out of them. I mean, because we read that.
I didn't.
Well, we read that rumor list about obviously maybe a possible, F-Zero game, maybe a possible Punch-Out game, maybe a possible, obviously Metroid game. And we got Fortnite and we got Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Great.
Lots of Smash Brothers.
Lots of Smash Brothers.
Lots and lots of Smash Brothers.
And I'm excited to see that they've, they're remaking Smash Brothers. Great. I mean, Smash Brothers is a time-honored traditional game that's pretty much been on every system since... I don't know. Well, 64 probably. Roughly.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what game? You know what game's been on pretty much every system ever?
Metroid.
That Nintendo's had.
Metroid. Yeah.
Oh, Metroid. Yeah. That would be Metroid. Yeah.
That would be Metroid.
The last Metroid came out.
You're getting sucked into the Matrix.
It's because I'm so angry.
I know. It's okay. Okay, I think you're good now. Go for it.
Yeah. No, I was saying that what did the last Metroid game come out, or the Metroid Prime game come out? It was like 2005-ish?
Yeah, roughly. So
just the fact that they announced it last year and it was just the words, I expected that by this year it was going to come out guns blazing with a release date.
Well, I guess it just depends on what your definitions of release though is, because they did have the 3DS version. So I don't know.
But that's not the same game. That was a different thing.
Sure, I understand. But I guess, well, yeah, I mean, if you're specifically talking about Metroid Prime, yes, you are correct. Yeah. So, I don't know. I like I said, I can't fault Nintendo for this because honestly, I kind of have to go by what Reggie said, and he thought it would be kind of unfair. And usually when he says unfair...
Hey, buddy.
I don't think he was talking about,
You were wondering where you were.
I don't know who you're talking to right now, Will.
There's a giant dog that just came over to say hi to me.
Oh, okay.
Out of nowhere.
That was the most random.
He just walked out of the dark. He's a very big, black German Shepherd.
Nice. Yeah.
It's
the most random thing.
Scared the crap out of me because he just appeared out of the dark and just came to say hi.
Nice. Most random thing ever said on the show, probably. Hey, buddy. How you doing? All right.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's very dark outside, and I'm sitting on a porch, and he just came over to say hi.
I think it would be more interesting if the horse that you took a picture of would have walked up. That would have been more interesting.
And he was like, "Hey, I just came by to do some horse stuff."
What's going on? All right. Doing a show? All right, cool. Back to it, though, before we get out of here. Obviously, I kind of have to go by what Reggie's saying because he said it would be unfair. And I don't think he was talking about unfair to the conference, like we were just going to blow everything out of the water and it'd be unfair to the other companies to show it. I think he said, it's going to be unfair to the game because I don't think they're anywhere close to being done. So that's just kind of how I feel. And honestly, I don't think Metroid Prime, I don't think we'll see it this year. Obviously not. I don't even think we'll, maybe by holiday next year. Maybe. But that's pushing it.
I still really wish that they would just do a remaster of the first three.
Sure.
To give the generation that's probably missed out on them a new chance to play them before the new one hits.
Sure. I got you. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting to hear that obviously it's even in the works. Obviously, there's other games too. Bayonetta 3, obviously the new Pokemon game being worked on. 2019
again,
should be...
Bayonetta 3, which we saw nothing on.
Yeah, well, and I think that's another game that honestly, I think it's still super early. So, I would hope for next year, obviously E3, Nintendo obviously doing their live conferences. I honestly think like if they are going to go back to live conferences, like they're going to come out like guns blazing, like, you know, mushrooms falling out of the sky and Mario is just sitting up there just, growing and growing and growing and just exploding, exploding in the air because of all the stuff that they're going to announce if they're going back to live shows. I know that was a stupid analogy. I'm sorry. But I think next year, probably for E3 for Nintendo, I think it's going to be amazing, especially since they're going back to live shows. So I think maybe next year, next year's E3, we'll see Pokemon, we'll see Bayonetta, and we'll see Metroid. Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So either that or it's just going to be a big disappointment and everybody's just going to be like, yeah, you can just stick to tree houses. That's okay.
Yeah.
So we got to get out of here, though. That was our time. We do thank you for listening. Please make sure you check us out Thursday nights on the Podcast Radio Network. Crikey and TuneIn apps are more than happy to be downloaded for free. And you can use the information I gave you at the beginning of the show to find that information out. Make sure you check out our website, noobsandpros.com. Like I said, just click on the tab that says The Podcast, and you'll be able to see our show right there. So any support you can give us is more than welcome. So we will talk to you next week, hopefully at the regular time and regular hour. I don't know when Will's coming back from Ohio. Maybe he'll just stay in Ohio with his dog. Yeah. So we'll see. His dog and his horse.
Yeah.
But we got to go. Obviously, I'm Michael Wolf. He is William Small. And we do thank you for listening. We hope you had a good time. Bye now.
Thank you for listening to the Dads That Game radio podcast. Email us your questions and hate mail to dadsthatgamepodcast@gmail.com.